Hey, this is Bernie Borges from Social Business Engine, and this is episode 14 of Poolside Sales Chat. And today I am going to cover one of my favorite topics. It's focused on LinkedIn, and that is three ways to make your LinkedIn profile a lead generation machine. Now, when I thought of this topic, the first struggle that I had was that there's probably 30 ways, or at least 10 ways that you can really make your LinkedIn profile a lead generation machine. But I'm only going to talk about three because most of us can only remember three things or maybe put three things into action. Three is a nice simple round number that, again, most of us can really wrap our heads around three things. And I'm going to use an analogy with you because the things that I'm going to cover here on this episode, on these three things that you can do to make your LinkedIn profile a lead generation machine, are basic and fundamental. At least to me they are. I don't know about you. But here's the thing. You know, if you wanted to train for a marathon, I've never run a marathon. My knees couldn't handle it. But I have friends that have run marathons. And I've asked them, what's involved in the training? It's really not that complicated. You know what's involved in training for a marathon? A lot of running. Yeah, duh, right? So what I'm going to cover today are some things that are kind of like that. The question is, are you willing to do it? It's like the marathon thing. If it takes a lot of running to train for a marathon, are you willing to do the training? So let's get right to it. The first thing that I want to cover that is one of the ways to make your LinkedIn profile a lead generation machine is that your profile should be a sales asset. The reality is that most sales professionals that I've encountered, B2B sales professionals on LinkedIn, they actually have a profile that's more like a resume than a sales asset. So what I want you to think about is that your LinkedIn profile, see, I'm thinking about the resume, your LinkedIn profile should actually be working for you 24/7 as a profile that speaks to your client. So because I only have a few minutes in this little video here with you, I want to focus on one aspect of your profile, and that's your headline. Your headline is just that little statement below your name. So look at your headline. Is it your job title? Because a lot of people use just your job title. And that headline is an opportunity for you to actually begin to communicate who you are and how you solve problems for your customers. So what I challenge you to do is go out and look at the headlines of 3 or 4 or 5 of your competitors. I don't mean companies. I mean salespeople at the companies that you compete against. Go look at their headlines and then compare it to yours. How would you feel if a prospective customer of yours went to your profile, read your headline, and then went and read the headlines of your top competitors? Does your profile headlines use action words and say things like how you help, how you transform, how you deliver, action-oriented words within your headline? If you think that's hokey or not for you, well, you're mistaken, because the best salespeople have figured this out. And that is how they're crafting their headline in a way that delivers an action-oriented statement about who they are and what they do. All right, number 2 is your summary. First of all, do you have a summary on LinkedIn? If you don't, you should. Your summary is really, it's a bridge to conversation. It is a place where you can write a narrative that tells your story in your career. And so the way that I generally recommend that you write your summary, and there's no one size fits all for everyone, of course, but here's some general guidelines. Number 1, again, write it as a narrative that tells your story. Show kind of a chronology, but you don't have to use dates. You can if you want to. I kind of recommend against that because all your experience below that shows the dates and shows the chronology. But you could do something like this. You could say, my passion for X is why I launched my career 15 years ago, and now my passion for X and the results that I've received for my customers have allowed me to deliver these kinds of results in X industry. So just get creative and tell your story. And also don't be afraid to show a little bit of personality, a little bit of who you are, because remember, people buy from people, right? So, for example, This is kind of true for me. At least part of this is true for me. What if you wrote something like, I start every morning with a strong cup of black coffee and a blueberry scone. Now, the part that's true for me is the coffee. But what if you wrote that and just said, I start my day every day with a strong cup of black coffee and a blueberry scone, and then I'm ready to tackle these problems for my customers in this industry. That shows a little bit of personality. So the idea is the summary is where you can write a narrative of your story. It's got to be your story. It's got to be authentic about you. And if you need some help writing that, get someone to help write it. But it's got to be something that really tells your story and is a bridge to conversation. All right, that's number 2. Number 3 is engage with the people who visit your profile. You know, one of the things that LinkedIn does that I love is it tells me who's visited my profile. It also tells me, not individually, but also tells me people from companies. And it's a great opportunity to engage in conversations with them. Now, what I don't recommend you do is when someone visits your profile, don't reach out to them on LinkedIn and say, hey, I saw that you visited my profile. Let's talk. In most cases, that's not going to work. But here's a couple of things that you might do. You might say, you look at their profile, you gain some insight into who they are, their background, look to see what shared connections you have. You might reach out to them and say, hey, notice that we've got some shared connections, maybe even name somebody if you're comfortable doing that. I would really enjoy connecting with you on LinkedIn. By the way, little side note here, I would rather invite someone to connect with me on LinkedIn rather than be part of my network. That sounds a little more selfish on my part. I would rather say, hi, I'd be honored. I would really enjoy if we connect together on LinkedIn. Here's another example. What if you discover that this person who visited your profile is speaking at a conference that you're going to be attending in 3 months? Great opportunity for you to just reach out and just say, hey, I noticed that you're speaking at this conference. I'm going to be there too. Hope I can, meet you and shake your hand. In the meantime, let's connect here on LinkedIn. Just a couple of examples of how to engage with the people that visit your profile and do it in a way that is truly engaging and conversational. Now, once you connect with them, I like to recommend that you wait until about 5 digital touch points, sometimes even 10. And after you've made some digital connections, some touch points where you've added some value, maybe you've shared some links with them to articles that you think are going to be helpful to them, then when you're confident that you've had enough digital touch points, you've added some value, then reach out and then just say, hey, can we talk? And whatever that scenario looks like for you. All right? So those are 3, but I'm going to add one more. When I was thinking about this whole idea of 3 ways to make your LinkedIn profile a lead generation machine, the reality is there's probably 30 or at least 10. But as I said at the beginning, most of us can kind of deal with 3. But I'm going to add a 4th one because if I could only add one more, it would be this one. And that is that on LinkedIn, you can publish articles. You can write articles and publish those articles and build your influence and build your thought leadership by publishing articles on the LinkedIn publishing platform. On the homepage of LinkedIn, you can do a status update, you can upload a photo, and the 3rd option right there, at least at the time of this recording, is to publish an article. Now, if you're not a writer, then again, get some help. But I encourage you to write articles that share your expertise, your thought leadership, and don't make them a sales pitch. Just pick topics, maybe just do an FAQ. What are the most common questions you hear in the industry? And just tackle them one at a time. Or if you've published articles on a blog or someplace else, maybe your own company newsletter or whatever, you can repurpose those articles onto the LinkedIn publishing platform. Simply say, this article originally appeared on XYZ, wherever it appeared. So that my 4th tip is to publish articles. And by the way, it's okay at the end of that article to have a little call to action. If you want to learn more about this, click over here. So there you have it. 3 ways, actually 4 ways that you can make your LinkedIn profile a lead generation machine. I want to encourage you, if you want more on this topic, this very topic right here, just visit us at socialbusinessengine.com. That's going to do it for episode 14. This is Bernie Borges of Social Business Engine. I want to encourage you to continue to show up here Friday afternoons at 3:15. Until next time, I wish you continued sunshine. See ya.